Hello, it is currently April 28th, 2018. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. I very much appreciate it. And thank you for liking the like button. And you can also press the bell button if you would like a notification. So I'm actually using my old ancient tarot cards, and I'm actually feeling like there's a lot of wisdom coming through today, which is awesome. I think people are letting go of fears. I think they're letting go of anxieties. I think it's like a volcano is erupting, and people are kind of like exploding. Um, but they're leaving the past behind, okay? So, we'll just like kind of leave it at that. Um, I feel like don't be insecure as well. Like if you're feeling insecure about yourself, it's because you're not getting enough of what you need. Okay, maybe it's time, maybe it's education, that sort of thing. But just know that when you're feeling insecure, it's because there's something that you need. All right, I think that's really important. I also think that creativity is really important as well. So if you like to bake or doing things with your hands, it's good that you got on the wagon with that stuff. I'm hearing the Baltimore. I don't know if that means anything to anyone. I think of the states, and I think of sports teams as well. It could be that there's a love connection for you. But if there's any association with that, that should mean something to you. Drugs are also coming up a little bit. Just feeling closed off from like people that you love, maybe. Yeah, so just connect with yourselves and really work on those premonitions if you've been experiencing premonitions. So I'm gonna close my eyes and channel now. So just drawing negative energy away from your body, as well as like clearing out negative people. Especially in marriages. If a marriage is not working out for you, you do not have to stay in your marriage. I'm just kind of feeling like it's like something's coming up around running your own business and like a school as well. So, if you're feeling down or disappointed around um, things kind of coming up, know that it's okay that things are coming up. I think it's that volcano. I think it's like it's okay if that explodes and comes out and up, because it's almost like it's a weird analogy, but like throw up. It's like I don't want to throw up. I don't want to throw up. Blah! And then you're like, I'm so glad I threw up. And that could be related to business, running your own business as well. It could be that things aren't like there's some deceit. I feel like somebody who's not being totally honest with you if you have your own business. And I think it's important that you're steering near and clear and dear away from people who can't keep up with their end of the bargain, that sort of thing. There could be some jealousy as well happening. So just know that there are synchronicities in life, and that everything kind of like links up to what it needs to link up to, meaning that there are connections. We connect to people for a reason. We laugh for a reason. So education is really coming up. So it's really important that we educate ourselves on anything that we feel like we need to learn about, especially around marriage and relationships. And just seeing things for the way that they actually are is really important, all right? So releasing negative energy out of your body just means that that could come out in all forms. So I was teaching someone recently, and she was like releasing energy from her eyes. So we don't just release energy from like our heart, we release it from all like ways out of the body. So don't limit yourself in terms of logic either. We don't always need facts and science to back up everything that happens, all right? So when we limit ourselves in our learning process, that's when we lose stimulation, because we're thinking, wait, like something's telling me there's more to this than kind of like what's in the book, right? That sort of thing. There is. There's always more than what's in the book. So just know that. And that's for people who need they always need evidence and they always need proof. I think it's really important that we learn to use like our imaginations, and even when we're dealing with politics, it's really important that we kind of still think outside of the box. Just because we're dealing with like public authority figures and that sort of thing doesn't mean we can't slip away from the everyday mundane stuff and really start talking about things outside of that, okay? Even with people that seem very science-based, they probably understand some of the things that you're talking about, just so you know. And there's some fear energy around that as well. So maybe working with Archangel, maybe Raphael. I think he may help with communication, but you could look that up for archangels. And actually, I'll do that and post that on my Facebook page because I think that's actually important to know. But dialogue, it could be that you need to read more, that sort of thing, like catch up on some like, even I feel like whatever stimulates your mind, okay? So even if you're interested in things that aren't really positive, but you're reading, that's okay too. All right. But grounding energy is really important because we have a full moon in Scorpio Sunday, I believe. So we're doing some really deep grounding and soul cleansing stuff. So that's probably why I was explaining things as a volcano erupting. So Queen of Pentacles, enjoying the little tiny things in life. So, you know, if you want to be on the front cover of the Rolling Stones, the cover of the Rolling Stones, it may not happen. But what you're going to find is you may have a little tiny piece in a, like, you know, in a book or in a magazine or something, and that's enough. So just acknowledging that we are good enough and the things that we're doing is good enough, and when we realize that, we find more peace in our environment. So actually the partridge, if you want to look up what the partridge means, the animal symbolism, you may find that helpful as well, and I'm going to write that down right now, partridge. So yeah, working on like, what do I have in my life that is good, and then enjoying those things. There's a lot of talent here, so really the talent could be on your mental ability to see things in different ways. So that's why I was saying being an outside of the box thinker can actually be a talent. And even being able to see through people is also a talent, and seeing people's like skills is also a talent. I think that's important to acknowledge. Like, we look at talent in such strange ways, but you know, if you're a person that sees to people's hearts, that's an amazing talent. So just look at talent in multiple ways, and that's going back into the synchronicities, how everybody's not everybody is connected, but that things line up the way that they're supposed to. Okay, you meet people for a reason. I think that's really important. I think public talks are also good for you guys, for the people that are watching. So just acknowledge if that's triggering anything for you, because you may have some things that you need to let go around that as well. If you're feeling tense when I'm talking about that, it's probably that you're also shifting your energy, and that may be uncomfortable for you. So breathing exercises may be helpful today. And now past life readings are coming up. I do past life readings, so feel free to contact me for that. But what I actually have been doing a little bit of, which I'm going to get more into, is like all these little things that I do, I'm just kind of doing it into a general healing session. So you may get, like, if you want to do past life, you could maybe do past life and some like clearing, because I'm learning that I'll probably just minimize everything to just like a Robin Sealing session, and you'll get exactly what you need when you need it, rather than allowing people to kind of choose. I'll probably just be the one in control of it, and then if you're open to something, that's what will happen. I'm not against what you're interested in at all. It's just that I'll probably just do it in a way so you can get the most out of the session, all right? But fantasy is coming up as well, so that's why I was talking about imagination. And that's also related to grounding. You know, we're not escaping our reality as much as it is that we're looking into things a little bit deeper, from a deeper, you know, aspect or perspective. We're channeling energy, therefore we're still in a state of like present moment stuff. So we're not like telling ourselves like, I'm not here, I'm not dealing with this. We're actually just like, going to a place that's peaceful within ourselves, within us. Now I'm getting a tapping on my head, and usually I get that when somebody needs a healing session, but it could be that you're getting a tapping on your head as well. So if you're watching this and I've already taught you some stuff that you're able to help other people with, you may find that you're going to feel that around your head. But I'm feeling that really strongly. So there's someone watching that's either getting sensations in their head, that meaning that they need to help people, or there's someone here that desperately needs healing, and it's coming in really strongly. So solitude, okay? So that channeling energy is actually around solitude, and people are deciding maybe that they need that. Or regardless, they're deciding on something. So I think somebody in this was having a little epiphany. And channeling's not for everybody. That's also coming up. It's something that, we choose to do, not something we have to do. Okay? There's some fear around money as well. Like, is it gonna work out? Do I have enough? That sort of thing. But know that we can kind of like create whatever we want in our lives, and when we realize that, we just know as long as each day I'm doing my best and I'm working towards my goals, then it's all good. All right. So I sense that somebody has some dreams or manifestations that are kind of, they may be taking a little bit of time, but they're happening. So just focus on the things that are that you're working towards. All right. So just know that trust that they're happening. Trust that the positive things that you've been wanting are happening. Ooh, I like this card. Last card. Temperance. That's more around judgment. And, like maybe you said something that you weren't really sure if you should say, that sort of thing. But know that when we're dealing with relationships, going back to marriages and relationships, that the things that we say in the moment are probably what we're feeling. And if we're saying what we're feeling, then we don't have to worry, okay? We're not making up lies, we're just being ourselves, and we're just talking about, whatever we want to talk about, and we have no regrets around talking about how you feel, all right? But there's also some narcissism around that, meaning when people think everything's about them, know that there's justice. I was hearing that earlier, I think, as well in the beginning. Sorry, it's hard for me to remember what I said in the beginning. But there's justice around people right now. I think if they're caught up in the wrong things, it's going to be catching up to them. So it's not really your job to worry about what happens to other people. It's our job to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, and trust in that, okay? Trust in your own synchronicities that are happening in your own life, all right? So peace, love, light, and have an awesome night/day, depending on when you're watching this, okay? Bye.